Hello friends and family. I'm going to give you a tour of my balcony garden here in Tokyo. It is June 30th, and as you can see here, I am in the middle of a bunch of houses and apartments here in Tokyo. I've got a balcony here which is just about 1 meter wide, and the part that's exposed to the sun is about 3.5 meters along this place right here. And since I'm stuck at home for the past few months because of coronavirus, I thought I would start something to keep myself busy every day for a little while. So I made this balcony garden. I am going to start, I guess, right over here. This is a tomato plant, quite large. It's hard to get it in the picture here. Here's the planter itself. That's probably like 20 centimeters or maybe a little more across. And there are green tomatoes already here on it. I started planting stuff in the end of mid-March, I guess. And just kind of like started moving things to bigger containers when they grew. Here is a tray. It's not a planter. I got this at a 100 yen shop or a dollar shop, and just drilled some holes in the bottom so that the water could drain out. And this is just rucola planted it maybe a week ago, and it hasn't sprouted yet, but I've got coriander on this side. And same container over here. This has had lettuce for quite some time. It's been producing lettuce for quite a while, and I just clip it off and let it regrow. And since my space is very narrow, I decided to kind of go vertical, and I got this hanging planter here and put some more lettuce here. And also this is something that I've been harvesting for weeks and weeks, and it just keeps growing so far. Now here's basil, which I just replanted some seeds today. I have one plant right here which is growing, and basil's been tough for me. I planted this one in mid-March, and it was probably too cold at that time for basil. And also this balcony doesn't get that much sun. Obviously there's a roof here, so the sun comes up right now around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and it disappears behind this ceiling or the roof at around 10:30 or 11, so it's not got a whole lot of sunlight all day, and that's probably why basil's not growing that well. And I don't, this is the first time I've grown anything, so I'm not an expert on this stuff. It's all trial and error. I mean, this basil, I planted it also with everything else in mid-March, and it sprouted relatively soon, but it just stayed sprouts for the longest time, and it's only been in the last couple of weeks that this has grown, and it's still very small. And I planted some basil here as well. It didn't even sprout, so I'm just trying it again. Right here is celery, and that container is quite small. I've got a bigger container here with celery in it as well. This is probably 15 or 20 centimeters across. So this is kind of like main celery plant, and I just had another sprout, so I left it in this small container. This is really small. I'm not sure if it's going to be big enough to grow it, but the celery, even if it's small, you can clip it off and put it in salad, and it tastes great anyways. Here are some nasu eggplant sprouts, and I just don't have a container to move them to. They sprouted a couple weeks ago, but they're kind of stuck here because I don't have anywhere to move them to. Here's another tomato plant, obviously, and I didn't know anything about gardening when I started this, so this is Pomodoro Italian tomato that is, I guess it's indeterminate, so it's going to grow super tall. I guess if there's enough sunlight it'll grow super tall, so I'm not sure if it's going to be able to exist on this shelf. I might have to move it down. It's already like more than 1 meter tall, and lots of tomatoes coming. So hopefully, I'll be able to harvest some tomatoes and keep it growing here. This container here is not that big, you know, it's like 15 centimeters, maybe 20 centimeters tall and 25 centimeters wide. I just stuck a carrot in the corner here just because there was some space, and I thought, what the heck, see if a carrot grows there. Let's see here. Here's chili, peperoncino Etna, Italian chili. And these also, you know, I planted these in March, and it sprouted and didn't do much, and it's only been recently, then it's been, you know, hot and growing. Here's a lettuce, which I thought was going to be a head of lettuce, and it just doesn't seem to turn into a head. And the leaves, some of the leaves have gotten big and flopped over, so I just, I harvested some already. I don't know. The picture on the seed package looks like it should be a head, but it doesn't look like it's turning into one. Then for the last plants I've got here is bell peppers, and in Japan they call them paprika. And these are just seeds that I got from, you know, bell peppers I bought at the supermarket for eating, and I just took the seeds and planted a few, and it sprouted, and they're going okay. There was some space, so I just put a carrot here and here. I don't know if they will coexist well, but what the heck, I don't have much space, so I thought I'd try to pack it in as well as I can. So that is the garden, you know, basically 1 meter by 3.5 meters, I guess. You know, not a lot of sunlight, so I think things kind of grow rather slowly. The last feature I'll point out is just this composting bin. I put dried leaves and then kitchen scraps in here for about 2 months. It's not very full, it's probably only up to about here. And so, yeah, I wanted to make compost for when I grow things next year. I can use the same potting soil and hopefully put some compost in there, and there'll be enough nutrients to continue growing stuff in the same potting soil without buying new stuff. But this, yeah, the challenge with this compost is, as you can see here, lots of flies come here. Small, teeny flying things, and these guys are all dead. And there were quite a few of them, but what I did was I put this, you know, plastic mesh over it with very fine holes so that, you know, air can get to the compost. And then I mixed this myself. I just mixed some, you know, eucalyptus scented soap with water, and I just spray this on the top, and it seems to keep the flying insects mostly away. I don't think they like the smell. So, and I've got, you know, compost in there that's been sitting there now for like a month and a half, and I just turn it every few days, and it looks like it's going okay. So that is the Tokyo apartment roof garden tour. It's pretty amazing what you can grow on your balcony, and I'll give you another update some other time. Thanks. See ya.